We say we want organizations to be more creative. We're talking about people bringing more of these things to their work. Okay, so we're talking about people being their absolute sharpest. So being able to look at alternatives and think about different solutions and come to the best conclusions. We're talking about people having sharper memories, greater memories, so being able to process more information. We're talking about people being able to concentrate. So there's a lot of things going on in office environments, and people need to be able to concentrate on a particular problem. And then we need people that have greater intuition, people that can think outside the box and come to conclusions that maybe haven't been tried before, haven't been done before. That's what we need from our organizations. And it's really kind of interesting, I think, in a lot of ways. I'm sorry, I keep putting my back to you guys over here. It's interesting in a lot of ways because if you think about it, just for decades in business, we've been putting people in a box. That's how I think of it. We've been saying, this is what we want you to deal with. We want you to use these processes. We want you to use these standards, operate this way. We're going to measure you this way. And now we're saying, in order for us to compete in the future, we need to get people outside that box. And so we're really saying we need something different from our organizations. It's a very interesting concept, I think. And so it begs the question, how do you really get people to have more of these qualities? Because in a lot of ways, if you look at it, a person's either smart or they're not. They either have a good memory or they don't. And fortunately, neuroscience is pointing to some things that help us figure out, help us determine how we can actually make our organizations provide more of these qualities. So that's what we're talking about. And the main thing that neuroscience is finding that we can bring to our organizations that doesn't necessarily exist today is a concept called coherence. And when we talk about coherence, we're talking about, first of all, concentrating on the individual. And we're saying that every person, and scientists are finding that there is a particular state, it's a biological and a psychological state, and every single person performs better when they're in that state of coherence. And I think a lot of you guys maybe have heard about the term mindfulness, and that's a part of it. So mindfulness, who knows that term? Are you guys familiar with that? Okay. So being centered, being totally present with what's happening right now, that's an element of it. And another big part of it is emotions.